Hi, this is Justin again with another video about a few different things. Hold on a second. That's my turmeric tea. Now, the medications, doctor, how about a cup of coffee and some turmeric instead of these medications? Is there anything we can't do, nighttime? Like some Qunol supplement 5-in-1, melatonin supplement by Qunol, 5-in-1 sleep support supplement with a couple hits of Afghani, and then some Charlotte's Web CBD oil or Harley 4-to-1 RSO oil by Cresco Labs, or some Harley Quinn RSO oil by Cresco Labs. Anything we can't do with that, then you have to really be putting him on psychiatric medications. He needs a girlfriend and a dirt bike. That's all he needs. He needs a girlfriend. He needed a girlfriend since he's been a teenager. They even said, I can't disclose the source, but they said he's finally going to be able to live his life the way he wants to after 18 years. Since he's been 15, his life's been messed up. And now that's actually 15, 30, 15 years plus 3, 4. That's actually 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years. If my calculations were just right, you can get a calculator and check if you want. But since 15, his life's been messed up, and the medications he was taking through his 20s that he put himself on, he wanted off of those. If probation wasn't involved, it would have been a relatively short trial in psychiatry. As soon as he went to the doctor and asked for more and saw what it was doing to his metabolism, he would have threw that script right into the trash and started meditating. And discovered meditation sooner rather than later. Would have moved on with his life, and hold on a second. They're calling the weight room right now. I went yesterday. So this whole situation is like blown out of proportion, They try to restrict your caffeine in here. And it's really for patient management. It's harder to manage the patients when they're drinking caffeinated beverages. It's easier to control the patients when they're not drinking caffeinated beverages. Our soda machine, we have Coca-Cola and Diet Coke. It's not as much as a cup of coffee, but sooner or later they'll take that off of the thing too, because they just put timers on the soda machines. And they said that we'll actually lose weight by not drinking the soda. And I don't usually drink soda, but they said we'll actually lose weight because we won't be taking as much sugar. And really, they start saying when you start gaining weight from medication, they say, oh well, you can watch your diet, you can exercise, and for one, it's not safe to be running on a treadmill when you're taking sedatives. It's not safe. You can lift weights, but I wouldn't recommend cardio too much. And it's been proven through science and clinical trials that you can go on a vegetarian diet and exercise rigorously, and you won't lose that much weight as long as you're taking the antagonist, being the medication, until you're off the medication. I know this from experience. I stopped the medication, I lost all the weight. When I was over in Norristown State Hospital, I had a six-pack. I looked so good, I didn't want to take my shirt off because everybody would stare at me. I looked equivalent to the models in the Men's Health magazine. I'm not exaggerating. I have a great physique for the fitness industry. It's just my genetic structure. And I broke out of my meditation in the hallway. I was standing in the hallway, I was meditating. And I did 70 push-ups. And years before this, I was having medical problems. I was having some health issues. And I stopped taking my Animal Pack vitamin. I stopped drinking coffee. I went to a cardiologist. I put a Holter monitor on me. Went to the neurologist. Ordered a CAT scan, I only say a partial MRI, neurosurgeon and stuff like that. So to figure out what was going on with me. Um, and I'm not going to get, and I can't really put that information on YouTube, but medical marijuana saved my life. So the CBD oil and the turmeric tea I was drinking, garlic and CoQ10, 1,000 milligrams of garlic by Nature's Bounty, and CoQ10 improved my circulation. Um, and It's really atrocious what they do to everybody. Like Montgomery County, the courts are backing the mental health treatment. The courts are brainwashed by psychiatry. They really are. They're putting 1 million people on psychiatric medications, and there's way too many psychiatric prescriptions written in America. It's like the biggest atrocity about the United States. I heard over in Italy, they don't care so much about mental health like they do in America. If you're part Italian, you that's automatically like a typical Italian, like a typical antipsychotic, a typical Italian. It's guaranteed a prescription of psychiatric drugs in America if you're part Italian. You're just part of your character and your ethnicity requires a prescription. Do you know what I mean? It really does. It's like in the eyes they want to. If you have pet rats in a cage, like Dumbo rats or whatever, the kind of keep as pets, each one of those is going to have a different personality. And to put some medication in their water bottle and make them all the same, you know, you're medicating the rats. They're all gonna have the same personality. They're not gonna be individual personalities. They're all gonna be the same. So it's the same theory with human beings. Psychiatry medicates everybody, and they create illnesses. And the DSM is a bunch of bullshit. The DSM is the biggest scam in history. Um, if you read Peter Bregan's book, Medication Madness, talks about medication spellbinding. This guy just went out and bought a car, divorced his wife, and said, "Yeah, doctor, the effects was working great." You know what I mean? And my ex-girlfriend, not to say her name, but she was on medication after she divorced her husband so we could get a place. And then after we broke up, she went out to California, and I was like, I think some of what she was going through was medication spellbinding. Um, and then get into his book Toxic Psychiatry, why therapy, empathy, and love need to replace the biochemical theories of the new psychiatry. Um, all the progress I made in my life through my meditation and reviewing my life story when I was meditating, and the insights I have now that comes with life experience. None of that came through a psych program, medication, and therapy. It did not. It was after I had left those programs. Like, why wasn't any of this talked about? And my therapist tried to tell me my metabolism changed, and that's why I gained weight. And that was completely it. My pictures looked so good, they thought I was taking a performance enhancement supplement. I was like, no, that's his natural physique. That's his genetics. And this lady was delivering medication to my door, and I was like, I look better. If I wasn't on this medication, I would look better than this lady's husband. There was this coffee I found. I can't pull it up right now because I'll cancel the video. But it's TONGKIT. Tongat, um, Tongat ginseng, Tonga Ally ginseng coffee. It's instant packs, and it has testosterone boosting herbs in it. And I was like, these girls, like, they wish their boyfriend was more like me. They were like, why don't you take this stuff? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm taking, like, I want to get the TNT pack by Animal, and which is a non-stimulant, all herbal testosterone booster. And these wives and these girls are looking at their boyfriend, and they're like, dude, why aren't you taking this up? Why can't you be more like him? Do you know what I mean? We would probably have a better sex life if you were more like him. And so, you know, it is what it is. I mean, psychiatry can only take it so far. He's complying with his medication. He's following all the rules. They're kind of looking for a strategic angle to shoot, and they don't have any ammunition. You know what I mean? If this was warfare, they really have nothing to go on. They hoped, they wish he would have stopped his medication because they wanted to. It's just getting time to release him, and to them, he'll have too much freedom. They want to keep him in a structured environment where they monitor and manage his medication, and eventually, they could try to send him to an LTSR or something like that, another structured environment, but eventually they got to discharge him from there to a CRR. So I'm trying to bypass LTSR and go straight to the CRR, where I can go up the street to Quick Mart and get a cup of coffee. And then there's the locations. I've requested, I know their tactics around that too. They're trying to get a location that's like not right in town, where like things are in close but they're in driving distance, meaning you have to get somebody to drive you where you need to go and stuff like that, because like they're not exactly in walking distance. So I specifically requested somewhere that's like right in town, where I can go across the street to Quick Mart, get a cup of coffee, like normal things, have a cell phone, stuff like that. So what we're seeing is jealousy by the treatment team, and you can tell it is. But I mean, I'm one of the best behaved patients, and the way they come at me about psychiatry and my views about psychiatry, which I haven't voiced too much to them, but when I came in, I did tell him that, I did tell him the negative effects of psychiatric medications and what they did to me before. And I told him I put myself on a medication. I was listening to rap music. And that right there is an indicator that he never belonged on a medication. Um, and the other thing is that I didn't collect Social Security till I had gained a bunch of weight from the medication. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't mobile enough to go get a job where I was moving around all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had sleep apnea, mask on my face, and like these people are like on Beachbody trying to lose weight, and it's like all this guy has to do is stop his medication, and he drops 130 pounds. I was like, anybody in their right mind would never want to be on medication ever again. Do you know what I mean? And they were so jealous of him because he looked so good when he got off the medication. He looked like he could have been on the cover of a fitness modeling magazine, and that sparks a massive jealousy. His whole life improved. He got a job, started working again, and I was like, you know, that's why I was like, doctor, is there anything we can do besides psychiatry? Like, how about some normal things, like a cup of coffee in the morning with some turmeric? Do you know what I mean? Like some melatonin at nighttime with a couple hits of Afghani. Do you know what I mean? I'll probably sleep great. A little bit of Harley 4-to-1, Harley Quinn RSO oil throughout the day. Do you know what I mean? Or some Charlotte's Web CBD oil. Is there anything we can do that's alternative to psychiatry? But no, they're strict about psychiatry. It's a violation of human rights. Um, they just want to put everybody on medication. They don't care. And they stereotype all the medical marijuana patients, and everybody's a pothead. I didn't smoke marijuana until I got my medical cannabis card, and I had reasons to get it. Do you know what I mean? And it kept me out of the emergency room. So, the psychiatric medications affect your cardiovascular health. They decrease blood flow, and I was enhancing my blood flow with garlic, CoQ10, and turmeric tea. Do you know what I mean? I was on a regimen for enhanced circulation support through natural supplements, and they took me away from everything I was doing to take care of myself, and they put me in a mental hospital and told me I had to conform to psychiatry. They were so jealous of how good he looked. They wanted to see him gain weight again. That's what it was. Um, that therapist tried to tell him that he gained his metabolism since I was in my mid-20s. My grandfather is the same weight as when he married my grandmother. It's not in my genetics to be fat at all. So that psych program was totally wrong, and I proved them wrong. They heard what was going on, and they didn't know what to say. So But I'm out of time on my recording, so thanks for listening, everybody.